Our first camping episode.
Kind of walk you through our day, how we camp on bikes.
All right, guys, welcome back. I'm Lacey, Lace Love on Instagram and socials.
Guys, I'm Bubba, IronFan5, and we're super stoked to have you with us today.
Yeah, welcome to our first camping episode. Pretty excited, had a fun ride up here today. But we'll give you all the details, but yeah, we just got settled and got a fire started, so figured we'd say hi.
Yeah, guys, we'll kind of walk you through our day, how we camp on bikes. I would say we're a little bougier than most in some ways not.
First question this morning, do you want the tent? Yes.
So we have a lot of that stuff, so walk you through our day, and then once we get back from showing you guys that, then I actually am going to finish a story or give a lot more detail to a story that I started last week about my first crash and really my worst crash. But there's a lot of things behind the scenes on that one that make it a pretty funny story. So we're sitting by a campfire, we're enjoying each other's company. So I'll show you how we got here today and kind of our trip, and then stay tuned and I'll give you a pretty funny story. Taking you along with us as we go camp in Tonto National Forest. So I hope you enjoy coming with us for the ride. It's still like at least 100 degrees outside, so that's a little toasty of a ride. But it's lunchtime, so we're pretty pumped to go get some food.
Kaylin's not working, so that's a bummer.
Yes.
But still good.
Yeah. All right. Here's the fish.
We're going fish first?
Alright. How do you like it?
Oh, good. Very juicy.
Yeah, that works. Alright, pork belly time. Oh, yeah. Oh. That's amazing. Alright. So how's the carne?
That's good. Also very juicy. I think my favorite though is the
Pork belly, I think it's hands down the best. Fish was good. The fish itself was good. I didn't like anything else on it. The pork belly, phenomenal. Carne is pretty solid.
pretty good. Hard to miss this one.
Yeah, just do me one where the food comes out.
It's up.
All right, this is our food. Lucy got 2 rolls.
They're much bigger than I thought they would be.
That's what she said. Anyway, I'm pretty pumped. She's still going.
Trying.
She's killing it.
We're gonna eat more rice.
And that's how we do it. Yeah. Let's see it.
What do you do? Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe you can record, don't cut it, just cut it around the knot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. These are real problems for bikers.
I know. Are you okay?
Yeah. And now I know this because I have long hair too. And it's legitimately the worst.
Well, it's not the first one, it won't be the last. I'm sure you're getting scalp hurts a lot worse, so.
Alright, and there you have it.
Nice. Check that out. It's a butterfly.
Alright, so camp set up. We got tents, got water, we got, of course, lace, bikes, and our chairs. We'll talk about all the stuff that we're doing later, but I will give you guys a glimpse. And here, pretty much it's just blankets and sleeping bags and 2 cots that fold up pretty small. But yeah, honestly, like, pretty easy spot. Just right in, it's right off the highway. And then right down here, not too far, is a little creek. So I'm gonna show you guys, we'll probably jump in this a little bit later. Yeah, we're probably like the worst campers as far as like, if you do it well. Like when I go out there and I cook my own food and I do all that stuff, yeah, I think after the military I was kind of done with that. So we go out to eat, we make it really simple. And so we had great tacos for lunch. We just had sushi and Asian food for dinner. Got full, come back, hang out at camp, and don't really need anything else. So make it pretty simple. But yeah, right here, not too far away, is this beautiful creek. Oh yeah, that's not something you see every day in Arizona. Water. We hope you enjoyed the footage. We love getting it. It was a little more complicated today. We got, again, wind, a little bit more technical riding, but it was a lot of fun to come up here. Where we're at right now is we're just east of Payson, Arizona. So for those who are local, we essentially rode up the Beeline Highway, or State Route 87, from Scottsdale all the way up to Payson, and then we're on the 260 east for about 30 miles, and so we're in Tonto National Forest. Guys, Tonto National Forest is huge.
Yeah.
It covers, there's areas, if you look, that are just pure desert. Obviously this is trees. We showed you guys the creek. So there's a lot of water around here, a lot of greenery. So Tonto National Forest covers a huge area. But that was kind of the route that we took to get here. For those who don't know, the Beeline Highway is like one of the oldest but more scenic highways in Arizona. We love riding it. So it's awesome because you start essentially in what your first notion of what a desert is. So like you get a lot of saguaro cactus, a lot of dirt, a lot of
dirt, yes.
Yeah, but like very like colorful in a desert sense. And then you slowly get into some hills, and then you get into some red rock. And so like that's kind of a unique thing to the Southwest.
Yeah.
So you get in some red rock and then you jump into essentially this.
Yeah.
So you kind of get all three parts of what Arizona has to offer, all within, a couple hour ride.
Hours, yeah.
So it was a great ride up and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think actually one of my favorite views last year, even earlier this year, riding backpack with Bubba before we decided to come out on the bikes together, is the big bouldery, rocky area when you get just outside of Scottsdale. Before it's like desert, and then it goes away and it comes back, and that's like what leads you up to the Red Rocks. And they really are spectacular. I don't know how they exist there, but they've been there forever, and that's just right off the freeways, which is cool. But yeah, I will say, Bubba brought up, right, like some technical riding. There was a period of the day where got a little in my stomach because the wind picked up on us a little bit, which of course, checking the weather ahead of time earlier this week and even again this morning a couple times, we weren't supposed to have wind at all. I think the high was speculated to be about 3 miles an hour, which at speed I suppose can be a little bit more, but there's a lot of switchbacks on the pass, and a couple times I was like, whoo! But once we got through it, and a couple times even, Bubba's on comms talking to me. He's like, hey, are you doing okay? And I'm like, I'm just trying to focus. But within a few minutes of getting out of some of those areas, I'm like, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was, even though in the moment I was a little nerve-wracked. But yeah, I think all in all it was fun. It was beautiful even to get up. I don't even know what section of the freeway we were in at that point, but I know we were out of Phoenix because you could feel probably a 10 or 15, almost 20 degree drop, and hit some cloud coverage, so had some shade too, which was nice. So it was a beautiful day. Yeah,
guys, we went from we left and it was just over 100 degrees this morning, and then now we're looking at like low 80s, and it'll drop into the 60s tonight. So
very excited.
We're very comfortable now, but it was a toasty ride to get out here today. This is my crash story. All right. So younger myself, I was once in college, and
baby Bubba, but not so baby.
I played football, so I was senior year playing football, and a couple years prior to that is when I bought my first Harley, and that was my only means of transportation. I was also sweating it. I bought it for, I think it was $5,200, and got a payment on it. My payment was like $75 roughly, and then I think with insurance, I was like $100 a month, and I was sweating knowing if I could make that work, because I was stingy and really trying to make it. So when I say that was my only means of transportation, that was it, and it became kind of what I did for fun. Like that was my whole life, kind of revolved around just riding, and I had a lot of stuff I wanted to do. I had all these great ambitions for my bike and no money to do it, so I was completely content at the time and happy to ride my bike how I bought it. So I ride this bike every day, to school and back, to work and back, all that stuff. And one morning, I'm going to class, but this was like not a normal day of class. This is again a mandatory class that I need. I'm trying to get good grades. At the time I thought I was going to go to grad school, so I was like, I really got to make sure that my GPA is solid. And I had this teacher, and I'd done one of their class, and they were a notoriously hard professor. And they're like, we have a guest speaker come in to class on this day. Do not be late. If you are 30 seconds late, if my door is closed and you are not in your seat, you will fail my class.
If you're a minute late, you might as well be a year late.
Yeah, like it just, there's no wiggle room. And I mean, for me, I was thinking easy day, right? I show up to class, not a big deal. I actually left, and I was going to be like 30 minutes early to class that day. Just didn't even want to stress it. So as I'm riding into school, there's 2 lanes, and it's 2 lanes on each side of the road, and I get passed by this truck, and this truck is like, it's like a 50 Chevy, where the rear end was just like plywood. Like that was kind of it. So I get passed by this guy, and then as soon as I'm like even with his rear tire, he cuts over and then hits my front tire and then tries to turn across other 2 lanes.
Oh, dang.
And so I get hit, my front tire gets hit, I go down, and as soon as I go down, I was wearing boots at the time, and my foot got rolled into my bike and caught on my left peg. And so my bike's sliding and my foot rolls underneath and slides too. It was not so comfortable. And so I was like laying there, and like the rest of my body was fine. I just could not get up, obviously the weight of the bike and then my leg being all jacked up. So right close to it is like, you know, I went to college in a very small town. There's like 3 fast food places, and the one just happened to be right there. It was Subway. An off-duty cop saw what happened, ran out. He actually chased down the guy who hit me.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, and had to find him because the guy just kept going.
Oh, total.
And then 2 other guys came out, ran, helped me get my bike up, and then we're trying to get me to the side of the road, just out of traffic and stuff. So I get over there, and I'm like, hey guys, I appreciate all your help. I have to go to school, or I'm gonna fail my class. And these guys, I'll never forget the look on their face, and they're just like, you're crazy. It's nobody cares about school. Like,
your foot
you understand, like,
broken, my man.
Yeah, like you're in a really bad spot. And I was like, nah, I gotta go. And then I was like, can you guys help me get on my bike? And they're like, no. They just kind of refused. Paramedics got there. I'm already like getting frustrated with these guys. And the paramedics are like, hey, you need to go to the hospital. Like, you're pretty jacked up right now. Your foot's flopping. And I was like, you don't understand, I have to get to class. And they're like, dude, just go to the hospital. And I was like, I don't even think I have insurance. I don't think I can go to the hospital.
Yeah, like, I'm paying $100-some a month for this bike. I can cost money.
Long story short, I signed a bunch of waivers to like I'm getting smoked out.
I know, I'm sorry.
Signed a bunch of waivers for the ambulance to go. They take off. The guys do end up helping. And so when I get back on my bike, and no leaks, but my handlebars were jacked up. I had big apes on it at the time, or actually like mini apes on it at the time. They were torqued, and then the risers were broke, and so they were just loose. And then where the risers connect to the triple trees was one side was also broke. So like not in great shape. And then I also obviously couldn't shift because my foot was kind of floppy. So again, I am sitting on my bike. I just pull up. I have a guy holding the clutch, pull up, go into second gear. Mind you, this road's like 45 miles an hour, and this is like a 88 twin cam. So like going 45 in second gear is a little much. Like that's pretty much all she has, and it doesn't sound good. But I was just getting to school, and obviously I couldn't shift. And I was still like, I can make it. I can make it to class.
Gonna make it.
So I get into class, or I get to school. I pull in the parking lot, realize I can't stop, park, shift, do anything.
Yeah.
So I rode up over the curb, got on the grass, and then dropped my bike left, jumped off to the right, and then just left it there and walked into class, and literally walked in 30 seconds late. And then I
think you said your professor walked over and was like, I need to speak to you after class.
No, he didn't say anything. He just, like, I opened the door, I walked in, I sat at this corner desk, and he just looked at me and just like gave me the look of like death. And I was like, it's over. My life's over. You know, like I just failed this class.
I just failed.
Whatever. Yeah. And then it was about, I don't know, a minute into, it was a Supreme Court justice of the state talking to us. So it was like a very notable person.
Cool.
And, you know, 30 seconds into them talking though, I started to feel it. It's like my hands are slowly swelling up. My foot is throbbing. I actually started to have blood come out of my boot. And I was like, oh, this sucks. Like I'm in a bad spot.
This is not going well.
And anyway, so then after class, I waited till everybody left, and I couldn't get up out of my seat. And I was like, hey, professor, can I talk to you for a sec?
Oh, that's what it was. You went
he's just like, hey, like, you're, you know, completely inappropriate. You knew my rule. And I was like, I really tried hard. I was actually in an accident on the way to school today. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, but like,
no
and I was like, I was on a motorcycle. And he's like, wait, what? And then he starts looking, and you can kind of see like road rash and stuff. And he's like, why are you here? And I was
You
like,
told me I'd
come
fail.
on, man. Like, I gave it all I had. And I was like, I can give you the times. I was going to be 30 minutes for class. I was not and I was like, I'll give you all this stuff. And it was pretty cool because at that moment he like completely changed gears and was like, dude, like, you're fine. We'll
Probably
make
like,
it right.
thanks for being here.
And
You're alive.
so anyway, it ended up being okay.
Oh, man.
And then I do remember right after that, again, it was my senior football season in college. I saw one of my best friend's parents like rolled up as I was getting in the training room and looked at my ankle, and it was just like crooked and fat, and they were like, that's not good. But I did finish the season.
Yeah.
A little stick and glue helped hold my ankle together for the rest of the season, and got through it.
Twigs and duct tape, no problem.
But yeah, it was wild. And then I remember like the first thing I did after that was save the money to fix my handlebars and do them how I wanted to. So
there you go.
that was like the first time I really started changing bike stuff on my own because I didn't have any money, but it was fun. So that's kind of the full story. That's why I got in an accident and refused medical assistance and rode a broken bike.
That's so crazy. Okay, so I have a question just to like follow up, just purely curiosity. Did you ever get your ankle checked out? Did you break anything? Yeah. Do you remember?
I think I tore all the tendons and ligaments in it.
Yikes. Okay.
And there's a fracture.
Okay. What about we assume guy? I think you said the guy that driving the truck. Did they ever find him? Did he ever?
They did find him where I went to school in Virginia. It's a little backwoodsy. He was somebody who, the reason the truck had no back end or no, like it was not a registered vehicle. He had no insurance. He had nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I think the state pursued that. I'm not sure what happened with it after that.
Okay. Just curious.
Yep.
Solid.
Yeah, so.
You're here. You made it. That's a gnarly one, though.
It's a good experience, you know?
It's a good experience.
I think, honestly, and we've talked about this too, I think there's so many things that I learned as a young rider that I wish I could have learned in a different way.
Oh, of course.
But,
yeah.
I've never made those same mistakes again. So if I see somebody passing me on my right, like I adjust course, I slow down drastically. Like I never let somebody be in a position to cut me off again.
Yeah. Smart.
So you learn and you grow.
Live and you learn, right?
Absolutely.
That was the lesson a few weeks back, so I like it. Very cool.
The lesson of this week.
Perfect.
Is make time to enjoy your life.
Yeah.
I think right now we have, literally tonight.
Yeah.
We
Life's busy
we had appointments
these days.
this morning.
Yeah.
We only have 2 days off this week, and we were like, it's easier to just stay at home and not to do anything. And we've known we want to get outside. We knew we want to go camping, and so we knew we were going to leave late, be a little bit uncomfortable for some of it,
Really, it
not be as
wasn't that bad,
prepared.
though.
It wasn't,
Yeah.
but not be as prepared as we wanted to be.
Yeah.
But we forced it to happen, and we're having a great time just getting to hang out. Obviously, we had a beautiful ride. We're in a beautiful area. And it's worth it. It takes a little effort up front, a little bit of sacrifice, and it always is worth it. So, again, make time to enjoy your lives, and you'll actually be living. So,
Yeah. I love that. I think it's important.
guys, with that, thanks for tuning in to the first day of our camping trip.
Yeah.
You'll get to see tomorrow next week, and we hope you enjoy it.
Cool.
Like, subscribe, have fun. Share it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other generic things to say, but
Send it to your mom, your friend,
yeah.
whoever.
Your moms will definitely like us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Moms love Bubba.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thanks. Ooh, so wet.